My entrance into motherhood was hardly idyllic. My daughter cried the minute she was born and rarely stopped except to sleep or eat. She latched at the hospital and nursed like a champ, but when we got home, no longer latched. After hours of trying and crying, her and me, I decided to start pumping milk. A few hours into this, I started getting a fever. My face turned red and started to swell. My tooth was throbbing, and I had a severe infection that was spreading to my orbital bone. After several visits to the emergency dentist, I was finally at home with my screaming newborn, pumping milk, and wondering if I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. I never imagined coming home from the hospital with my baby girl, something I wanted so badly, and feeling completely overwhelmed. Yes, I knew becoming a parent is life-changing. I knew becoming a mom would change my life. But why did my baby cry so much? Why wasn't my baby this sleepy newborn I see everywhere around me? What was I doing wrong? And why was I not cut out to be a mom? I don't share this story to scare anyone, and I don't think my experience is all that common, but it does happen. And for those women whom share my experience, this video is for you. You are not alone, and you're not a bad mom. You might just have a colicky baby. So what exactly is colic? Well, it's currently defined as excessive inconsolable crying in an otherwise healthy infant, often occurring in the late afternoon or evening. And it's defined as crying for at least 3 hours a day, at least 3 days a week, for more than 3 weeks. Yes, crying in newborns and infants is normal, but these babies don't cry like typical babies. They cry harder, louder, and longer. And they don't respond as well to attempts to calm. In my typical style, when I don't understand something, I search far and wide. Because if I can't change it, I sure as hell am going to at least understand what it is I'm dealing with. It's my way of controlling the controllables. And I learned a lot. So today I want to share what I learned so that you can control the controllables too. And mostly so you know that what you're dealing with is hard and you're not alone. There's actually not currently a medical consensus on what colic actually is. So what do we know? We know all babies have immature gastrointestinal systems. This is why we burp them. This is why they have so much gas. This is why we monitor their poops with the same level of intensity we monitor our text messages after a first date with the guy we just know is the one. And because of how immature their system is, it can make life kind of hard for these little ones while their bodies are continuing to mature and grow. Some kids go along with these fluctuations with relative ease. Maybe they will fuss a little, but a quick cuddle session with mom or dad and they're good as gold again. Some babies, however, feel everything with intensity and react with intensity, and those same cuddles aren't enough to do the trick. After all, they've only been here for a few days, weeks, or months, and the world is a lot. My baby didn't respond to all the typical things people do, so it led me down a path of understanding more about why she reacted so strongly. This led me to temperament. But why are you changing the subject? I am, but I'm not. I promise I'll circle back to colic again. Based on what we currently understand about human development and psychology, there are 9 main traits that can help describe a child's temperament and the way they might react to and experience the world. These traits include activity level, distractibility, intensity, regularity, sensitivity, approachability, adaptability, persistence, and mood. These might not align the same for any 2 kids, which is why this idea of blanket expertise on how to parent and approach each child is just, well, in my opinion, stupid. However, if you're searching the internet on how to handle your crying baby, to me that says a lot about you and your desire to learn, understand, and grow. And that shows me you're a good parent. Back to my early days of motherhood. My daughter was what some would call highly sensitive and intense. This likely contributed greatly to what I would label colic symptoms. She was experiencing GI pain at higher levels than other babies. She was experiencing the stimulation of the world at higher levels than other babies. And after checking with her pediatrician to make sure all was well physically, we could then begin to turn to her temperament to understand how to best help her through this challenging time for her and for me. I'll be honest here. For many months, my child did not sleep, and I didn't sleep. She got her days and nights mixed up all night, sleeping during the day. She would cry when overtired and cry when not tired enough. I was so anxious about her tears at times that I also missed the signs of her being over or undertired. I cried all the time, sometimes when she stopped crying out of relief, and sometimes while she was crying out of desperation. I wish I could go back to that time and give that first-time mom the biggest hug. Tell her she's doing great. Tell her how strong she is. And now looking back, you don't even know how she did it. But the truth is I can't. I'll also never get the chance to be a new mom to my daughter again, and that's hard. And so I'm here to impart some of the wisdom I've collected after this experience and give it to you as a way of healing. And this one is most important to me. Number 1, this will not last forever. But in this moment, it feels like it will. And you're right, it is forever when you're sleep deprived and feel helpless. Number 2, take the shower. Wash the hair, use the restroom alone. Let him or her cry for 5 to 10 minutes while you do so. Wear earphones if you need to. They will be okay. But mostly you need to be okay so they can be okay. Number 3, get outside as much as possible. I was stuck inside in the dead of winter the first few months, and I almost went insane a few times. Once I started taking my colic baby out for stroller naps, minimum once a day, it was hugely beneficial for my mental well-being. Yes, she would scream cry sometimes, and yeah, people would stare. But those people aren't raising your kid. They will get over this moment. But you won't as easily get over days, weeks, and months of not taking care of yourself. You can do this. I would often get a coffee to treat myself and listen to a podcast. It was me time, exercise, and fresh air for the baby. Number 4, learn your baby's triggers. For my daughter, it was being overtired. I started timing naps 10 to 15 minutes before she actually needed a nap. And if we were out strolling, she would stare off in a trance. Yes, 2 out of 3 times she would scream until she fell asleep, but it helped with improving how long she slept if she wasn't overtired. She also needed a ton of stimulation during her wake hours. Being bored was a massive trigger for her. So I would wear her, point to stuff in the house, say what it was, and I talked to her and pointed things for hours, even during tummy time. All the stimulation. Number 5, if you've ruled out medical concerns, it's not you. You're a great mom. And this will be controversial to say, but being a mom is hard. Being a mom to a highly sensitive child or colicky baby is objectively harder. If it seems like everyone around you has it figured out, I promise there is no secret they have to being a good mom. You just have a kid that makes doing all the things more challenging. Number 6, incorporate lots of opportunity to support digestion. This can look like burping, holding the baby up after finishing eating, and gentle massage to get gas moving. All babies have immature digestive systems, but not all babies react as strongly to the struggles. And number 7, witching hours are real. And for some babies, they are louder and more intense than others. As 4 to 7 p.m. approaches, minimize expectations as much as possible during these hours. While life does indeed go on and things must be done, if you know that this time is hardest for your child, your expectations will be managed, and you won't feel as much sadness, frustration, or anger when they cry so hard you have to leave that beautiful hot meal at the dinner table in the restaurant. I also want to reiterate that this period of hard doesn't last forever. For most babies with colicky symptoms, they start to turn a corner around 3 to 4 months. And this makes sense because this is around when the digestive system matures and the rest of the body systems are more mature too. Not to scare anyone, but my hard lasted around 6 months. I did turn a corner around 4 months though, based on doing all the things above. But I was still endlessly hard on myself. The number of times I told myself I wasn't cut out to be a mom, that I sucked at this, gosh, I was so cruel to that new mom who was truly put through the ringer. But like most things in life, going through that did something to me. Something lasting. I'm not the same person I was before that experience, and I'll never be that person again. I'm stronger, I'm more resolute, I'm more compassionate towards other moms, and I understand my daughter really well. I better see the way our culture isn't set up for motherhood, and I see clear as day how little room we have for the complexity of each unique experience of it. And although my compassion overall grew, my refusal to put up with hearing incredibly unkind judgment towards moms simply doing their best is at an absolute sky-high level. If you have anything but compassion for one another in the comments, I'll leave your comment up, but I will confront you directly. Let's keep this place supportive and kind. If you have a colicky baby and you're struggling, I see you. I was you. And let me tell you, if you have an intense and sensitive kiddo like I do, you're in the right place. Stay tuned for more on how I've managed all the phases of development through toddlerhood. Not because I'm some expert, but because I'm not. I'm a good enough mom wanting to support other moms who also want to be good enough. If you're in the thick of colic newborn infancy stage and struggling, try your hardest to take each day, each hour, each minute, one at a time. Cry, breathe, practice self-compassion, and you can do this. Until next time, let's be each other's village. Sending a hug of solidarity to you, my friends.